Hi guys, me Misha. Everything I say is not financial advice, my personal opinion. Let's look at our day. Um, it's not the place to trade it long at all. It's just not. Even though it goes into the yeah, and we have bigger volume in our face, so it still will need a um, oh no. uh, yeah, it will still need a test on daily. Things are falling down. I'm like in a win-win situation here. Wherever it goes, it will either break me even here, or it will break me even here. I'm ready to accept the face regardless. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, this thing doesn't go my direction at all. And to make things worse, it's gonna break on the year. Ay, ay, ay. So yeah, surely I need to put it into break even and don't touch it anymore. Yeah, that was Sorry. um, I got something. Just give me a minute, okay? Yeah, so I bought this guy for 476. So I have to sell it. I have to sell it for 479. Ay, ay, ay. Um, in the hindsight, of course. Um, It's so funny how our psychology is the key to successful trading. But yeah, I did it on set, I think. 31st of October. Yeah, I was working on set. I was just like too powerful with the movement that needed a test, and untested like re upthrust it, and then it needed a test, and untested breaks. Sad story. Um, what do I have? Did I? To break even again. Okay. And not gonna move it anymore. It wouldn't break me even though. And spread is horrible. I just check out the spread. The spread on this foot is horrible. So the strengths and weakness, it absolutely went from there. Yeah, that was a two-hour spring, and just from there, I don't think so. I don't think so. Let's break. It's a break. This is our resisting bar. Oh, and it's a break, so put it back on daily. Yeah. It's madness to think my excuse is that we passed rotation point, which influences the context on monthly, and we're doing investment trade. Do, 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 do. Why do I um the heck is this? On daily it should be like the entire wave. Yeah, like this. Um so, broke the level, so 0.5 is no good, so it's like daily watch. Okay, is there? Yeah, it's a correction. Like a good example why I don't want to like why I'm scared to trade in continuation of the trend wider than the range. Everything goes good. It's like the biggest volume of this correction, right? It is. Closes above and then just dies. And volume distribution in monthly, by the way, is good. It's in jump or creek, but then it just dies. to break. Looks like it's gonna give us a transition exchange. Not gonna do it. Not gonna trade counter trend. Well, it has an hour to go, so let's not jump ahead of the market yet. Think that's the situation now. Hmm. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Volume though. Think this volume kills the duck. Pretty sure it does. You guys know where like he killed my duck is coming from, I hope. I hope everyone is getting this cultural reference. Okay, okay. It's the Doors movie. It's the Doors movie. I remember first time I was sharing an Uber actually drive with some dude, and his drop off was in Laurel Canyon, and mine was like in North Hollywood at the time I lived. And he was a hippie child, and he showed me. I was in the void. I just not in the void. I was in the blank. I didn't even know. Never processed that Jim Morrison lived in this house. You can see it like halfway, like once you go up Laurel Canyon from West Hollywood. It's right there, and they use it in the movie too. And I couldn't just believe my eyes. He was like, "Yeah, dude, of course. You know, here's like on the second floor, like that's where Jim Morrison was." I was like, "Oh, holy crap!" Uh, It's still so foreign for me to live in the places where like the world history happened. Not like centuries ago, like in Russian Empire in St. Petersburg. Like history was happening in St. Petersburg in like late 19th century, early 20th, or like in Europe the same. But like being in a place where like the recent history is just in your fingertips is such a unusual experience for me. Resistance level and then break. Like why on earth would you break and kill my dog? Now you know. Uh, it's very interesting the phenomenon of fame. I think there were like other great bands in Jim Morrison era. Uh, by the way, this is our yeah. Brah. Oh yeah, here we go. And what is this point five? Continuation of the trend. I don't think it counts anymore because we reached our potential on monthly and therefore should stop looking even. It's interesting though what's going to happen when the will finally unlock the government. Um, are we gonna like? I think everyone is expecting another rally. That would be fun if opposite happens. Because if it's like, it's very hard for me. It's very hard for perma bear to operate in the market. And like they say, it's like it coincides. It has to do with the era you grown up with. So people who grew up in like economically challenging times, they're like perma bears, and people who grew up in prosperous times, they're perma bulls. And I grew up into collapse of the Soviet Union, and then like 10 years of economic meltdown that Russia underwent in 90s, and then crisis 1998, and then crisis 2008. So I just grew up around crisis, like permanent crisis. So subconsciously, I'm just always waiting for markets to collapse. But most of the time, markets grow. Most of the time, markets grow. Uh, wait. Uh, this is going to be a break. Okay, guys, this concludes what a beautiful trade it was that I didn't take. What a beautiful trade it was. Should have taken it. Okay, that being said, you guys have a great weekend to yourself. Trade responsibly. Market is closing for the weekend. Um, carry out all your decisions solely on your own. No one knows anything, anyways. Learn and grow in the communities of like minded people. That's myself.